Hello, my name is Tim. Welcome to Inside Online tutorial. Today we'll be looking at the topic motion in physics. So, first of all, what is motion? Motion is the change in position of a body. It's the change in position of a body over a certain distance, from one distance to another with respect to time. So, when you have a body moving from distance A, like for example, you have a car moving from distance A all the way to distance B. So that change in position of this same car with respect to its distance, to change in distances, known as motion. So motion is not just limited to moving vehicles. We have motion is everything that moves. Motion is everything that moves generally. Motion is all around us. There's motion in an engine. There's motion when you walk. There's motion in a moving car. There's motion in a rotating fan. There's motion in basically everything that moves. So there are different types of motion. We have random motion. So we have the random motion. So the random motion basically is the type of motion that moves. It has magnitude but has no direction. So what I mean by that is, for example, take the smoke coming out from a chimney. The smoke coming out from a chimney has the smoke particles. I'm talking about the smoke particles themselves. The smoke particles themselves do not have a particular direction to which they are heading. Their directions are random. They move anyhow. They move randomly. The direction is not predictable. So random motions are motions basically that are unpredictable. They are unpredictable types of motions. Then we have translational motion. So the idea behind translational motion is that it's motion of the body moving in a straight line. For example, like I said earlier, a moving car moving in a straight line. So a moving car moving in a straight line has magnitude and direction. So that is the translational motion. So it's motion in a straight line, motion in a straight line. So translational motion is also the same thing as linear motion. Then we have angular motion or rotational motion. Let me call this rotational motion. So what is rotational motion? Rotational motion basically is also known as angular motion. So it's motion round about a point. So you can have, let's say, a point here, then the motion is round about this point. So you can have maybe a moving ball moving around this point like this. This is called a rotational motion. So this is called a rotational motion. Then we have another. We have oscillatory or vibratory motion. So oscillatory or vibratory motion. Basically, the idea behind oscillatory or vibratory motion is motion in motion that moves to and fro. It moves to and fro. So it's always going forward and coming backwards. So that to and fro movement is with respect to a point of origin. Is with respect to a point of position. For example, imagine a pendulum that is held by a long string, and that long string is tied to a fixed point above. So this is the fixed point. Then this is the string. So now, I'll be making three areas here. This is the first area. Let's say this point is A, and this location is A when the pendulum is at this point. Then when the pendulum swings, it gets to B. Then when the pendulum swings again, it gets to C. So this is called oscillatory motion, also known as vibratory or vibration motion. So these are the types of motion we have in physics. Then we have under physics. There are two basic types of motion that you see in most cases. So we are looking at linear motion and rotational motion, or translational motion versus rotational motion.